let's be real here. Come on, man. Did Quinn Ewers need any more help heading into next year? No, absolutely not. But I guess it doesn't matter what I think because Steve Sarkisian just gave his quarterback some new lethal, and I mean lethal weapons.
Jet Kennedy guarding down low, and the steal. I can see a big one. Oh my God! Sit down, little boy. Let the man fly. I don't care about the technical. He is up in the sky, sending it down, big man. Sanfredi. Boom, 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 boom. That's a body. Put him in the sky and let him fly.
The Texas Longhorns. We ain't doing no intro. None of that. I don't got time to waste. You ain't got time to waste either. We're getting straight into it. We're about to talk about the Sarknado, Quinn Ewers, and what they've been up to these past couple of weeks. Now, although we haven't talked too much about Texas, it doesn't mean I haven't been peeping what's going on behind the scenes. It's been a relatively quiet offseason for the Longhorns, which is somewhat rare nowadays, but like my granddad always told me growing up, sometimes no news is good news. And that goes especially for the offseason, because if we're making a video on your team in the offseason, 98% of the time, it's not for something good. Normally, it's because you either got a player leaving your school, the NIL, maybe a head coach leaves, offensive coordinator leaves, etc. The list goes on and on, but the point is, it's not normally a good thing. Well, the Texas Longhorns in this offseason, they've been flat out killing it. And they can thank Alabama for that, and you'll see why in just a second. First things first, we'll bring this up. They got former Alabama tight end, 5-star recruit as well, Amari Knightblack, and I love everything about this kid's game. I think he's a stud, and he's going to fit into that Steve Sarkisian offense perfectly. He's your perfect modern era hybrid tight end, and I would say he's one of the most athletic tight ends in the nation. In high school, he lined up as wide receiver a lot, and if you were to look at him, you could also convince yourself he is a wide receiver. Don't get me wrong, I love my old school big and physical tight ends, but this guy's a perfect mix. But also to go along with that, they got another player in Alabama's offense, and he goes by the name of Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond is Isaiah Bond. The kid can go, that's all I'm going to say. And you know what I thought about when Texas got both Isaiah Bond and Amari Knightblack? Remember a couple years back when they got Ajayi Hall and Jahlil Billingsley? Didn't work out so well. Where is Jahlil Billingsley? Where is Ajayi Hall? I have no idea. But the funny part about that is I remember speaking about Ajayi Hall and Jahlil Billingsley going to Texas, and I tried telling Texas fans, hey, these guys aren't going to amount to a hill of beans. And what were they saying? Oh, yeah, Matt, you're just hating on them. You're just mad they left. And no, I wasn't mad they left. I was just telling you the cold hard truth. A lot of people don't like to hear the truth. And the truth is, the reason Ajayi Hall and Jahlil Billingsley left Alabama is because of attitude problems. They were both 5-star recruits and they weren't getting their way. And they said, fine, if Alabama doesn't want to treat me like this king I am, a 5-star, I'm going to go to Texas. And it's not that I'm happy that they flopped. It's just you could see it from 10,000 miles away. I don't know why anyone expected them to do anything. I knew it was bad when Nick Saban pretty much made Ajayi Hall leave Alabama. He told him he couldn't be there anymore. That's when you know Nick Saban is fed up and had enough, because he has gone onto the record to say he doesn't believe in kicking players off the team because that's not good for them. They'll just go back out on the streets. But fast forward in time to our current date, here we are, similar situation. Texas, yet again, gets another Alabama wide receiver and another hybrid tight end. The reason I bring up the Jahlil Billingsley and Ajayi Hall situation is to say this. This isn't going to happen again. No, not a chance. Isaiah Bond and Amari Knightblack, at least from my knowledge, do not have major character flaws and concerns. There's no red flags there whatsoever, and I expect them to see a lot of success next year. And whoa, hold on. I know what some of you are sitting there saying, well, Matt, what makes Isaiah Bond and Amari Knightblack different from Billingsley and Ajayi Hall? Great question, my friend, great question, and I love to answer it because it's relatively simple. Like we already touched on a little bit, Ajayi Hall and Billingsley, they left Alabama because of attitude problems. Whereas Knightblack and Bond are leaving just because of Nick Saban's retirement, and they came to Alabama to play for Saban, and now he's gone. Ajayi Hall and Jahlil Billingsley had a major entitlement problem and a huge ego. They thought they were just going to walk into Texas and everybody was going to praise them and they'd be handed over a starting spot. And guess what? That didn't happen. And I wish I could sit up here and say I feel bad for him, but I don't. You got a hard dose of reality. You want to know what made Julio Jones so good at Alabama? And this is coming from Nick Saban, not myself. Saban stated that nobody worked harder than Julio Jones. What's funny about that? What's ironic? Julio Jones didn't need to be the hardest worker. He didn't. And I hope my young people out here, if some of you are watching this video, you take notes from Julio. If you need a role model, look up to Julio Jones. And sometimes in this life, these people that are exceptionally talented, their gift can also be a curse. Because you got guys like Billingsley, you got guys like Ajayi Hall, who are way more talented and way more gifted than 99.9% of the people watching this video. But yet, since they are talented and gifted, they've told themselves, oh, well, I don't got to work hard. And that shouldn't be your perspective. If you're talented, you should just use it to your advantage and work even harder. And I don't want to get all too motivational on y'all, but the point is, you're not getting this entitlement attitude with these two young guys coming to Texas. No. I can vouch for Isaiah Bond and Night Black. It's going to be different, trust me. I can't sit up here and promise you they're both going to be a Texas legend when it's all said and done, but here's what I can promise you. You don't got to worry about them. When you got a Jai Hall and Billingsley, you had to check up on them and worry about them every single second of the day. With Isaiah Bond and Night Black, you didn't just get two really good football players. You got, in my humble opinion, two really good guys. And I'm excited for Texas fans because I can't wait to see how Steve Sarkisian uses them in the offense. For those of you who don't know, I'm a huge fan of Steve Sarkisian. I think he's one of the most brilliant offensive minds in the entire country. Some of the plays he draws up, there's just no defending it. He is a mastermind. Continuing along here, though, that Texas offense didn't just add some Bama guys. They also got another wide receiver from Oregon State who goes by the name of Silas Bolden. Off the top of my head, I believe Silas Bolden had over 1,000 receiving yards last year for Oregon State. Let me pull it up. As I'm pulling it up here, though, I'm about 99% sure. Hold on. Bad Wi-Fi. Oh, wait, no. He didn't have 1,000. I'm not too sure why I thought he had over 1,000 yards. I think I saw it somewhere, but the point is, still not bad numbers whatsoever. And you also got to take into account that Oregon State offense was not throwing the ball all over the field. That was mainly a running offense. And Silas Bolden, he's going to be a really good weapon next year for Quinn Ewers. And of course, you didn't think I forgot to mention this, did you? You got Quinn Ewers coming back. Let's be real here. Come on, man. Did Quinn Ewers need any more help heading into next year? No, absolutely not. But I guess it doesn't matter what I think because Steve Sarkisian just gave his quarterback some new lethal, and I mean lethal weapons. Although Texas had a great season, don't get me wrong, I never expected them to actually win the championship. Just due to the lack of experience, I didn't think they could pull it off, and they didn't. But next year, the year that's coming up, I think they got to be one of the front runners, and I think they can pull it off. It's almost like the stars are lining up. You got your veteran quarterback coming back, Steve Sarkisian. He doesn't have to worry about getting fired. No. He doesn't have to impress anybody. He can let it loose. To go along with that, you got an outstanding wide receiver core. You got good running back play. Defense, I think they're going to improve. Everything's looking great for them. It's going to come down to one thing and one thing only: execution. And one thing I've noticed about Sarkisian, and I think he's taking some notes from Nick Saban here on this, is he's not being complacent whatsoever. He knew if he didn't add a couple wide receivers he's already added, they was going to have a good offense, but he didn't want to sit and wait around, so he got some new guys. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to throw this in here, guys. Texas is also in the running for star cornerback from Washington, Jabbar Muhammad. It goes without being said, that'd be the cherry on top of things because up until this point, Texas, they've had a really good offseason. If you do want me to nitpick a little bit, though, I guess we'll do that since we've praised Texas all throughout this video. The secondary, it does need some work. I'm sure most of you watching this video, you saw what Michael Penix Jr. did to that secondary, and yeah, let's just say it wasn't pretty for Texas. I think the front seven's going to be A-okay. I'd say easily heading into next year, they got a top 15 front seven, but the secondary, defensive backs, I don't know about them. I don't know just quite yet. I guess you could say I still got a sour taste in my mouth from watching Penix Jr. just completely dice them up. Outside the secondary, though, everything's looking good, and here's what I'm looking forward to the most heading into next year. Can Steve Sarkisian do it again? Can he replicate this success? Because although Steve Sarkisian has proven himself, I want to see him do it again. I want to know last year, this most recent season, it wasn't a fluke. Because let's not act brand new here. Steve Sarkisian's coaching track and record, it's not the greatest. We'll leave it at that. It would be the most Texas thing ever for them to have all these high expectations heading into next year and they lose about 3 to 4 games. I don't think it's going to happen, but with Texas, and we've seen this the past 15, 16, 17 years, you never know. I think if you're a Texas fan, you got to be feeling pretty good about this, and we'll do this. We'll end out the video with this. Let me know your thoughts and all this down below. But,